Yeah. Yeah.
I know for a fact I'm going to come across very neurodivergent in this episode.
What,
Visually,
just you, or?
Visually,
I think we're in this together, my dude.
emotionally. Yeah. Happy Halloween, everyone. Happy Halloween month.
Facts.
To all who celebrate,
Facts.
which should be every single one of you because it's the best holiday of the year.
Oh, yeah, it beats Christmas.
Yeah.
Easter's like such a redundant, silly holiday. The only reason I like it is for the long weekend.
Yeah. And eggs.
I'm not even an Easter egg fan.
I love a good chocky egg.
I love chocolate, but Easter eggs to me, ooh.
Really? Not a fan?
No. I'd rather just get normal chocolate.
I love a small morsel.
A what?
A small morsel.
What the fuck is that?
Like a little serve of a choc.
Oh, no. If I'm eating chocolate, I'm eating a whole block.
Yeah, facts. Coco's in the festive mood as well. She has a Halloween bandana on.
Very spoopy of her.
Mm-hmm, very spoopy.
I love it.
Yeah.
What a good little girl. Now, I think to get everyone in the spirit, we need to address your new hobby.
My head is so hot already.
Take it off then.
No, I don't want to though.
Okay.
Okay. Well, everyone, I didn't have a hobby lined up for October, and Leah is my biggest inspiration in life. So I was like, I want to learn how to DJ, but didn't really want to fork out $300 for a DJ deck because I also don't currently have a laptop. So if I was to get a DJ deck, my option would be to hook it up to my PC and bring my PC out. So that wasn't really a viable option. And so Caitlin sent me a TikTok about this girl that like DJ'd from her iPad. And I was like, I have one of those. That's fucking genius. And for the low price of $12.99 per week. Per week, I have a new hobby. I think $13 is really cheap for a personality trait, to be honest.
I mean, it's cheaper than buying a laptop and DJ decks. And then the music on top of it.
So my thinking was if I just do this for a couple of weeks on my iPad, if I enjoy it, if I know what I'm doing, if I can actually do it, then I feel like the purchase seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Not that I need a purchase to be reasonable to make the purchase, Exhibit A on my head, but
I think you should demonstrate to the people what you've been cooking up.
Needs to get off. Well, everyone.
Are you ready?
I don't think you're ready for this. My favorite thing about this app is this. That has so many uses. So many uses. What else have we got? Money ideas. What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
When Frida McFadden
bang,
kills
bang,
off
bang,
a
bang.
character.
Yeah.
Dead.
Okay.
Dun, dun, evacuate the dance floor. Dun. I don't even need the iPad to remix, to be honest.
Okay.
Right. Can you get off for a sec, please, doll? No? Okay. Well, when Coco gets off my lap, because I don't think she'll let me actually. Will you let me?
You gotta let her DJ, Coco. The people want it.
Are you gonna get off for a sec? Yeah. Thanks.
She's like, right. You fucking bitch.
We'll give it a crack. So this is a little itty bitty mix that I have made with Caitlin in mind. I'm gonna move that down there so the people can say, rack off.
Come here, Cokes.
Watch me fuck this up.
Oh my god, Coco's attacking me.
I am so scared. Okay, it's fine.
No offense, but that was kind of fucking lit. That was actually fire. Respectfully.
Lil Wayne and Nickelback should not be in the same room at the same time.
I'm afraid that was so
Yeah.
good that you will be getting a residency offered to you.
Keeping in mind, I've had like 11 hours of practice. So it
Go,
can
go,
only
go,
get better from here, really.
I actually
Anyway.
think Leah's right. You're really good. You're naturally talented.
There's
We're
no
going to
fucking
send that
way.
mix to her. She's going to be so impressed. That's our new intro song.
Yeah, facts. Motherfucker, I'm ill. Can you not buy my fucking... Stop, girl.
my
That's my
God.
mail.
Oh my God.
She fucking hates
What
it.
a fucking cursed start to this episode.
Anyway, you're welcome, everyone. I hope that picked up on the mic.
That was sick. That was so good.
Anyway, what's been going on with you this week?
Nothing that good. No, I've just been vibing, dude. Vibing. A lot of reading, which we'll get into.
Mm-hmm.
So where do we want to start? Do you want to talk about
Yeah.
the TikTok lady?
Yeah. There's a TikTok lady. I can't even tell you her name.
I'm going to get it.
I can't even remember. She's in America, I want to say. Is she in America? I think
Yeah,
she's
she's in America.
And they bought this house, her and her partner.
Her name's Katie Santry, and she's from Columbus, Ohio.
There you go. They purchased this house, and some weird shit has been going on.
Mm-hmm.
They think it's paranormal. I'm giving you the abridged story of the story, the abridged version of the story. And they were going to do renos in the backyard or something like that. And they go to dig up part of the backyard and they find a rug that's like rolled up. And they think that there is something rolled up in the rug.
Yeah, because she posted a video of it to TikTok, and she's like, and everyone was like, "You don't just bury a rug."
Yeah,
that's so weird.
That's weird. Yeah. So she calls the local police. The local police come. They have a quick look and like survey the area, and they're like, "Look, this is a bit out of our scope, out of our resourcing. If you want to dig it up, you can absolutely go ahead. If you find something, give us a hot tip and let us know. But we can't do anything for you, unfortunately." And so then I think like the local homicide squad or something got word of the finding of the rug. And then they contacted the lady and they were like, "Look, I don't know why police didn't inform us of this, but like it's gotten to us. We want to help. Like we'll go on site, blah, blah, blah." So they set all of that up. They bring 2 cadaver dogs to sniff the area and see if there's any like signs of human remains. Both dogs pick up a scent of something. So
Because they both individually, they were sent in one at a time.
yeah.
And they both would sit on the place where the
Yeah.
rug was buried.
Yeah. So there's something there. And so then they end up digging up the rug and excavating it. Nothing there.
Nothing there.
Nothing there.
How nuts. She's gained like 2 million followers,
Her videos are getting so many views.
which is crazy.
And rightly so, because I'm invested.
Yeah.
I want to know what the fuck is buried in that backyard.
So going back to this whole thing about how her and her husband think the house is haunted, it all started where she woke up in the morning and found her home office disorganized and her laptop broken. And then around the same time is when she found a rug buried underground in her yard while her and her husband were building a fence, which is crazy. That's not
Insane.
I cannot believe that there was nothing in the rug. Why are we burying a rug?
There's got to be something buried somewhere in that backyard for both dogs on both occasions to detect something.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, why are you burying a rug?
Right?
That's so bizarre.
I think they should just dig up the entire backyard. In
Yeah.
fact, let's dig up the whole neighborhood
Yeah.
just to be
Yeah.
sure. And we should be digging 12 feet down.
And we should be sussing out like who lived in that house prior.
Yeah.
Anyone suspicious?
We should be
Anyone
interviewing
with like a
everyone.
criminal history?
Anyone with like a missing wife or...
Anyone with Nazi behavior, perhaps?
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. They should invent technology. Why doesn't this exist? Where they can just x-ray the ground, but
Yeah.
it's like 100% perfect and it
Yeah.
goes to like 100 feet.
Yeah.
It's 2024. That
Come on,
seems like
figure it out.
technology
Like you can do that
they
with
could
water. Why can't you do it with earth?
use. Is it because the earth is so dense?
Water's dense.
Yeah, but like water's like see-through. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah. But like there should be something that can go through the ground.
yeah. Why am I having to dig everything?
Yeah. Like an X-ray, but for Earth.
When you were a kid and you were like playing in the backyard,
Yeah.
were you ever like looking for shit like that?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
I
same.
would dig.
And
I
you'd
was a
find like
digger.
a tiny little like bird bone and you'd
Yeah.
be like, that's a human.
Yeah. Remains.
Yeah. call the SWAT team
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Me at 7, like dialing
Yeah.
000. I found remains.
100%.
That's crazy. I love a good little TikTok story that pops off.
I know.
What should be
Riveting.
turned into a Netflix show.
I can't wait.
Reese Teesa's story has been made into
Yeah.
a Netflix
Yeah.
movie show thing.
You know what else is getting made into a TV show? Sweet Bobby. And I will die on that hill of it being one of the best podcasts I've ever listened to. And then Caitlin has the audacity to DM me and say, I have never heard of this it's a podcast? I've never heard of that. I'm going to have to listen to it. I'm like, bitch, I have been fucking talking about this. I told you the whole entire plot on an episode. Caitlin's like, you think I listen? That's crazy.
I honestly racked my brain and cannot recall you ever mentioning this podcast.
Remember how... Well, now I can't because I'm going to ruin it again for everyone.
I googled it. So Sweet Bobby is a live multi-part investigation in search of one of the world's most sophisticated catfishers. It's a story about who we are online and how social media can be weaponized as a tool of abuse and coercion.
The catfisher like impersonates like hundreds of people. He I think it's a he. I can't remember. Anyway, they make like hundreds and hundreds of accounts on Facebook.
That's crazy.
And like links them all together, like, you know, makes people like mutual connections so it looks like they're credible. Like, it's insane.
Who can be bothered?
Who has the time?
One thing I will say though,
It's
because
screaming unemployed.
I've seen the trailer for the Netflix thing that's coming out. Isn't the woman quite like educated and very like, how do you fall into a relationship with someone you've never met except for online?
Well, I think with this one, because they had so many mutual friends.
But even then, even if a mutual friend of ours contacted me,
I know.
I'm not about to start dating you.
Yeah.
That's so weird. And I would fact check it with you as well. I'd be like, do you know this person?
Is this person legit? Yeah. No, you should listen to the podcast. It's so good. It's crazy. You'd like it.
Okay. I'll do that. I don't have any other pop culture stuff.
No, not me either, really.
Great. So we can talk about Love is Blind.
Yes.
Everyone, sit the fuck down, gather around, because Love is Blind season 7 is out. The first 6 or so episodes. I'm already loving this season.
I love this season, yeah. This one is so much better than last season.
I agree. This is a good season. This is a good season to watch. And I feel like what makes it a good season is the last few, this is a US one.
Yeah.
The last few have felt everyone's been too good looking. It's giving like semi-influencer vibes. Like, remember Trevor? Like these people had followings going into it. Anyway, people were being scouted to go onto the show. It just didn't feel as authentic. I don't know if anyone was actually scouted to go onto this season. This one feels so much more authentic. It feels like the earlier seasons of Love is Blind.
Yeah.
And I'm obsessed.
I think they've definitely listened to what the audience has been saying about the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
And taken that on board, which I love, because there's way more couples that make it through to the honeymoon this season.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 couples.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So this season, it always for me, I don't really start paying attention until couples really start to form.
Yeah, same.
Couldn't tell you what happens before that.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going through the list of this article. So, and this is all spoilers. If you haven't watched the first 6 episodes and you don't want spoilers, you shouldn't.
Skip ahead.
Don't listen to our podcast because all we do is give spoilers on
Sorry.
everything. Sorry, can't help you. Stephen and Monica. So Stephen is the big, big batty boy.
Big batty boy. I loved him.
Really?
At the beginning, yeah.
Interesting.
I was like, you're a bit of me.
Yeah, I can see. I can see you being like, smash. The loveliest guy.
Yeah.
So sweet. So like naive in a way.
Did you see that episode when they're on the honeymoons and he's just like talking about like how much of a good fit they are and how like they're yin and yang. And she's just sitting there just looking at him and she's like, you will not give me a moment to speak.
She's like, you don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying. But, you know, like I just get caught up into the conversation. And she's like, what conversation? It's just you. If anyone was telling me how great they think that I am, please talk for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think he was
happy to sit and listen.
I can see what she's saying,
It's
but
so funny.
but
Like,
that instance,
oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to be better.
I know. That one instance, I didn't think it was a problem.
Relatable.
No, he's so lovely. He really caught my eye in the pods when he started talking about his like family background. So he goes on about how his whole life his grandma told him that he was Italian, like he was convinced he was Italian, was very proud to be Italian, like literally bought this like little Italian pin to wear to school, like was very, very proud. And then they do like this
Forza
like,
Italia for life.
Yeah. He like does this like his family do this genealogy thing and find out that his father has like it's so minuscule.
It's like 0.3%.
Yeah, of like African descent.
Yeah.
In them. And he
claims it.
He claims it.
With his chest.
And like sometimes he's like, yeah, we're like 1/4 or 1, and I'm like,
no, you're not.
0.3% is way less than like 1/4 or 1/5 African. But bless, he was talking about how when they found out
like 1/4 of 1%. Yes.
Yeah.
Not 1/4 of your entire makeup, sir. That's different.
This man is so white, he looks Irish.
Yeah. Truly.
And then he was saying how when he found out, he like ran to the bookstore and like got all these books and started researching his father. So.
Keeping in mind, Monica, the girl that he couples up with, she's like black.
Yeah, she's African American.
Yeah.
But like
she's just like,
but she's kind of loving it.
Yeah,
she's like, oh my God, that's so sweet. I love how proud you are to be black. And I'm like, this man isn't black, he's white. Stop. But then
so
in the same breath, because she's talking about like her family makeup, like their, what do you call it?
Heritage?
Yeah, I guess. Like ethnicities and stuff.
Yeah.
When she's talking about it, he goes, oh, so you're a mutt.
I know. My mouth hit the floor.
I went, is this conversation allowed?
Did this man just say that?
Like how?
Any other word.
Part of me thinks that if he wasn't so like lighthearted and seemingly naive and so sweet, he would have been cancelled.
Yeah. Like it was just
it was just mind-boggling to me.
Is that allowed? Can you say that?
But I really like him and I like them together.
Yeah, I really do like them together.
Yeah, and then she's like, Monica is very much like, she's 36, and she's saying like with her dating, she's been very particular with her dating. Like she will pick people based off of like what school they went to, what job they have, like how much money they make. She's very well put together, so I can see how that.
So fair, by the way.
Totally. And then Steven's just like this random electrician who's never traveled, has no idea of the world. And she's like...
Which is crazy because if electrician was interested in me, I'd be like, sign me the fuck up. I don't have to work a day in my life.
See, I know people say that tradies make a lot of money.
They do.
But I can't fathom.
Yeah.
Like my brain...
Like not at the beginning, I don't think. But like once you get your head in the game...
Yeah, that's wild.
Lots.
Maybe we should have become tradies.
Lots and lots.
I think it's because I was always taught that like to make a lot of money, you go to uni. Yeah. You get a degree. Yeah. I did that. Where's my money?
Right. But like it's not like that in other countries. Like if you're an electrician like in the Philippines, you're not well off.
Yeah.
And I think it might be similar in America.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's fair enough.
But yeah, just here, the demand is crazy.
Okay, so maybe we need to date tradies.
Yeah. Ugh. God.
Oh my God, imagine having things paid for you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like.
I'm not sharing what I have though.
No.
But you can pay for me
like
things.
Absolutely, like pay half for bills and stuff, but dinners, you're paying for that.
You should send me on holiday.
To make me look and feel nice, you should also be paying for that because me feeling good in myself should make you feel good in yourself.
It benefits you.
Exactly.
It doesn't benefit me. Are you kidding me?
I don't have to look at myself. You have to look at me. Do you want to be happy when you look at me? You pay for it. Thank you.
Exactly.
Period. Yeah.
Do you want to have like good mental health and serenity? Send me overseas.
Exactly.
You're not coming.
No.
But you should send me.
Let me paint my nails. Let someone
I do like
pay someone to paint.
I do like this.
Do
You
you?
managed to
Thank
get a
you.
colour.
I had one at home, but it's not as brown as it's more plum.
I like it though.
I wanted cockroach brown,
Okay.
but thank you.
I actually quite
Appreciate
like
it.
this.
Thank you.
This is what I was envisioning.
Me and Nikki were thinking about getting an LED light and doing shellac ourselves. So we're
Oh my
opening
god,
a salon.
you can run a
But-
salon.
while I DJ, and then I give you a mic.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we have drinks.
And we have
it's
our
just a fun
Mormon
time.
sodas.
Yeah.
And we
yeah.
could do the pod while we get
Yeah.
our nails. I
Yeah.
love this. I love this house.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Stephen and Monica.
That's 1 out of 7.
That's 1 out of 7. I really like them.
Yeah.
I hope that they make it the whole way. And I think Stephen
I
has a
feel
beautiful
like
personality.
some shit goes down though, because the trailer for the next set of episodes looks like he does something fucking shady.
Yes.
And I don't trust that, because every time I like someone on these shows,
We have terrible taste in
they
men.
immediately start their villain arc, and I'm like,
Yeah, we never learn. We never learn.
we love backing a loser.
It's like almost positioned that he like cheats on her in some instance.
Which is insane, because Monica
I know.
is Miss America, Miss
Yeah.
United States,
But it
Beauty
is-
and Grace.
It is always interesting when like they meet everyone that was on the show and like particularly other people that they were talking to, and then they see
Yeah.
everyone in real life. That's when shit goes wild. So that's going to be interesting. Then we have Garrett and Taylor. So Garrett and Taylor, both the most nerdiest people you'll ever meet. Garrett looks like Jeremy from that season that I was obsessed with, and he turned out to be a fuckhead. Taylor is stunning.
Gorgeous.
Obsessed with Taylor. She's
Gorgeous.
so cool. She's like the coolest person ever. Garrett, to me, like I said, he looks like Jeremy. He is so far, personality wise, what I thought Jeremy was going to be.
Yeah.
Like, but in the trailer for the next lot of episodes, he comes across as a bit of a fuckhead. And I'm like, oh, I hate this. Like, you were doing so well, and then you become.
So much promise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're both like do some weird science jobs.
Yeah. So Garrett's a physicist.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Taylor is. She does something with marine and water, I think, because she has a water molecule tattooed on her.
Yeah.
Something to do with water. Anyway, they're both really into science.
But they're really cute. I really
They
like
are
them
really cute. I
together.
really do like them together. Agreed. Yeah.
You can tell she's a little bit reserved because she's made comments on the couples, like the honeymoon or the trip, being like, men say so much stuff to women, but they don't always follow through with it. So like, I want to see you follow through with it.
I really like how she's going about it, because
Yeah.
like in the pods she was like, I'm not with you physically, so I need like words of affirmation, and I need you to like provide that to me, provide that reassurance.
Yeah.
And then they made it out of the pods, and she's like, okay, I need you to know now that we're together, like you need to follow through with the actions of what you said in the pods.
Yeah, I do like that.
Prove
She's
that to
very
me,
clear.
and then I'm all yours.
She's very
And I'm
clear.
like, I love that.
And I also like that she keeps making comments like, you don't have me yet. You still have to like
Keep that man
earn
on his
me
toes.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh,
I love her.
yeah.
She is so
Obsessed.
iconic. I really hope that they stay together, because to me that's like,
If he does her dirty, I hope she rips him a new asshole.
because in the trailer I think he gets caught like texting his ex or something. She like confronts him about texting his ex, and his response is like, whatever, like it doesn't even matter. And I'm like, you're a rat.
Yeah.
You're a rat, but it's
Yeah.
just a trailer, so we'll see. But I love them. Nothing crazy has really happened with them
No.
so far.
They haven't bushed yet, though. They're the only couple that haven't bushed yet.
Yes. Cute. But they seem very much like,
Just taking it day by day.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then to spice things up, we go to Hannah and Nick D.
Oh, my days.
So Hannah she's the, I would say like token younger, bubbly one that they always have on the show.
You know what she's giving for me this season? She's very much giving Chelsea.
Yes.
She's this season's Chelsea.
She's giving Chelsea. She's giving like Micah.
Yeah.
She's giving, or even like Irina, I would say. Okay, so yeah. So she was torn between two men in the pods. She had Nikki D and she had Leo.
Nick. Yeah.
So Leo is this art dealer who the whole fucking show he's going on about, you know, I hate talking about my job, you know, because I earn so much money and I come from all this wealth and I inherited all this money because all my family died in a really like short span.
He's
and
like,
the
I'm
only
really
sibling.
insecure that people are going to get to know me and then like only want me for my money. And then the first topic of conversation he brings up in the pods. Oh, so what do you do for work?
He's the only person that's bringing up his
Yeah.
job and how much he makes.
Yeah.
But then he keeps going on about how he doesn't want anyone to talk about it or know about it. He's walking around with a Rolex on.
Yeah.
It's just...
If you were that insecure about people using you for your money, you wouldn't dress the way that he does. Or you wouldn't be wearing a Rolex every day. And you wouldn't be bringing up
like
your job and like, you know.
Yeah, you would have gone into it and like downplayed it. You
Yeah.
probably would have even said a different job. Like you probably wouldn't have admitted that you owned an art dealership
No.
and like all this kind of thing.
Like absolutely like tell them what you do. But like he just very much told everyone straight off the bat that like he makes so much money and he's set for life and all of this. And it's like, well, you can't be that insecure about it if you're talking about it all the time.
I think he is very insecure in himself as a
yeah.
whole. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that he knows that he doesn't have a lot else going for him outside of his job and his wealth. And so it's the only thing he can talk about.
It's a personality trait for him at this point.
Yes, but then so that he doesn't come across as a dick, he like tries
but I'm so shy.
yeah, play it down and like come across as humble by being like, oh, I don't like it when people bring it up. But that's not the case. It's his only personality trait.
Yeah.
He's got nothing else going for him.
No, nothing.
I didn't really have an issue with him beyond, I'm like, dude, okay, we get it. You're rich, right? Other than that, I didn't really have an issue with him. But then so he's talking to Brittany and Hannah's talking to Nick and Leo, and then Brittany's only really talking to Leo. Brittany's like set on Leo. And Leo is just, everyone else is like, it's getting towards the end and everyone else is coupling up and he just refuses to make a decision.
Yeah, and I hated that.
Yes. And
Hated
Brittany's
it.
getting frustrated. And then Hannah had broken up with Nick because she felt like Nick was just saying everything that she wanted to hear. Other women in the experiment with her were saying like he's just really good with words. I don't think he actually means it. Like he just comes across as a bit like of a jock. And so she breaks up with him, but then she ends up getting back with him. She like requests him back. And then Nick's like confesses his love for her and is like, it's always just been you. Like I'm madly in love with you.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God, okay, sold kind of thing.
Yeah.
So then she tells Leo. Meanwhile, Leo's saying to Brittany, you and Hannah, I have the exact same feelings. You're both equal number one for me. Like I would marry both of you.
And like he's like, oh, what kind of ring would you like? To Brittany.
Yeah.
And Brittany's like, I only want to have this conversation if you're only asking me.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, no, I'm going to be asking Hannah as well.
Which is so, why? Just lie. Sometimes lying is actually better.
But how hard is it to make a decision?
It's
like,
actually mind-boggling to me.
pick one, put your eggs in the basket, take the fucking risk.
Right.
That's what the show is fucking about.
So then he has a date with Hannah, and that's when Hannah says to him, I've chosen Leo. Like, I love Leo. Not Leo. Nick.
Yeah.
I love Nick. He's confessed his love for me. He's the one. Leo has a fucking mental breakdown.
Literally. He's like, whoa, what? What do you mean?
The way that this man acted. If a man acted like that to me,
Hannah, no.
he's literally like, is it just because Nick said it first? And like, if I had said it first, it would have been different. Like, you know, I said to producers that I wanted to meet with you first that day. He just got in first. Like, you don't know what you're doing. Like, he's not the one for you. You don't know what he's really like. If a man acted like that to me,
Right, and
I
then-
would have been like, literally shut the fuck up.
And he was like, oh, so you're just going to say yes and be with the one, like the first person that tells you that they love you? That's fucking insane. Like, you should give us a shot. Like, we could make it all the way, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you're literally also in it with Brittany.
Yeah.
You're not picking me. That's the problem. That's why I'm
Yeah.
going with Nick, because Nick says that he loves me. He picked me.
Yeah.
You're not doing those things. And he just could not get his head around it.
And she's like hysterically crying because I get it. It's like a lot.
She's
it would
confused. She's
a lot.
overwhelmed. Yeah.
And then I was really getting worried. I was like, oh no, she's going to backtrack.
Yeah,
on
I
her
thought she was
decision.
going to go with Leo. Yeah.
Thank fuck the next day she went in there and she was like, you tried to manipulate me. I
Yeah.
hated what you did. I don't think like you're a good person. Like,
And he had a whole change of heart as well. He was like, yeah, no, you belong with Nikki D. I
Yeah.
belong with Brittany.
this is a mutual breakup.
Oh,
Please-
mutual.
Please make sure that you tell Brittany how much I love her and I want to pick her. And I'm like, you are a fucking rat. I was actually
He's an actual weasel.
I was very happy that Hannah read the bullshit and
Yeah.
she stood up for herself.
Yeah.
I feel like if it was me, I probably would have been way more harsh on him.
Oh, yeah.
I would have been like, you need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, you are an idiot.
Yeah.
But she went about it the right way. And then I was really hoping, because she didn't tell Brittany too much, because she's right. It wasn't her. She didn't need to get involved. But she said enough for Brittany to understand what was going on. And I was really hoping that Brittany would go in there, Leo would beg for her back, and then she'd be like, you had your chance.
So they like kind of read each other a letter, Brittany and Leo, and half of Brittany's letter made it sounded like she was going to say no. And
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. Yes. This is what we
I
deserve.
love, yes.
And-
Incredible. But no, she says yes.
Yeah, and then he like proposes to her and she's like, actually, yeah. And I'm like, this is so dumb. You've literally been so upset for days and days and days that he wouldn't pick you. You're saying this was your worst fear. He's literally like just told Hannah that he wanted to pick her over Brittany. And you're saying yes?
Nah, sorry.
Mind-boggled.
Sorry.
And then they actually meet in the little fucking hallway thing that they
Oh my
do,
God,
the reveal.
When they met, he was just so intense and it just made my skin cringe. Like me and Nikki were yelling at the TV.
And he was like, oh my God, you're the most beautiful woman in the whole world. I'm so glad I picked you. Like for him, it was looks. For him, it was all about looks. And because he would make comments in the pods about like, based on her voice, he could tell that she was super feminine and that she was very
Tiny,
petite.
yeah.
And I was like, I'm
Hate.
gonna rent a bulldozer and I'm
Yeah.
gonna run you down because you're pissing me off. And then you can tell, like, as soon as he sees her, he's like, oh my God, I've won the jackpot. Like, this is my...
Which is a very fair feeling to feel when you look like him.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. Like,
he was batting.
she is stunning. And I think physically she is everything that he wanted. And I think she does come across as... And she said she wanted to be a trophy wife. And I think she does sell herself to men as, like... something that you can hang off of your arm. I'm not going to like really get in your way.
You know what though? I really, really liked her. I didn't think that I would, but I think she's really funny.
Yeah, and she does have a sense of standing up for herself.
Yeah, she does.
Like, even though she's like, I know I'm good looking.
Yeah.
I'm, like, I don't really aspire to do much in life but hang off of a man's arm kind of thing. She was still able to like stand up for herself.
Yeah.
And like she wasn't
She
a
knew
wet blanket kind of thing.
Yeah, she knew what she wanted.
Yeah. That's why
And
I was
she went for it, and I respect that.
But that's why I was so disappointed when she said yes to him. Because I was like, oh, fuck. I thought
you can do better.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because, like, and I think, like, it rings true towards the end because she was like, if I wanted to marry for money, I would have been married a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I want the whole shebang.
Yes. So, yeah, I was very confused when she said yes. But
And
then...
I think that's why they broke up.
So then, yeah, then she sees him and you can tell she's like...
She's not about it.
No,
she is not about
She
it.
literally says
Ugh.
in the like interview thing afterwards, she's like, what the fuck have I done?
Yeah, she's like, why did I say yes?
Yeah,
To
and
this
I was
stranger.
like, me. That's what I'm wondering, Brittany. And then you get the like text on screen that says that they went on their own trip to Miami and broke up 3 weeks later.
I didn't read that.
You weren't wearing your glasses.
Ah. Because literally the rest of the episodes, I was like, where the fuck
Oh.
is Brittany and Leo?
Yeah, it literally said
and
on
I'm
the
like, why the
screen.
fuck is no one talking about it?
Yeah, they went on a trip to Miami. And then...
Oh, okay.
Leo-
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Let me...
I just completely missed that section.
Here we go, Vulture. What happened to Leo and Brittany? Oh, fuck off, Vulture. It's making me pay for the article. We're not reading that one, everyone.
Grow up.
Everyone tweet fuck Vulture. No, I'm kidding.
Paywalls can suck a fat one, honestly.
Yeah, Brittany and Leo were not one of the 6 couples chosen by producers to continue their journey in Mexico. They took their own trip to Mexico. Oh, sorry, I read it as Miami. They took their own trip to Mexico and broke off their engagement weeks later. Interesting. A producer said to Forbes, there are different ways that non-scripted shows are produced. Some you have an idea of where things are going while you're filming, and we don't. We have the budget to follow 5 couples, and sometimes we stretch to 6 couples, and we figure out how to stack our crews.
Interesting.
Okay, interesting. Oh no, then this is saying Leo and Brittany are no longer together. In separate interviews with People, the couple confirmed they broke off their engagement in Miami following the show. We had a really wonderful time in Miami, and at the end of it, although we had an amazing time, we had just decided we didn't see ourselves fully proceeding with a full engagement leading to marriage, and we're just better off as friends. That was what he said. And then she said that the first few days were so much fun, and then things started to get real. You feel a little settled in, and you just know when you're in someone's presence, little quirks that maybe get on your nerves and vice versa. The physical connection just simply wasn't there, honestly. The chemistry wasn't there. We had a talk in the beginning about how this could work, and then time went on during the trip, and the chemistry just wasn't there, and we mutually felt that. Yeah, I mean, we could see that on camera. Yeah. The way that he was like kissing.
I told you that.
Yeah. The way that he's kissing it. Ugh.
Oh, yucky.
Yeah. Oh, and that's it. When they like obviously meet in the little hallway, and that's when like the man will always propose, and they're usually like kissing each other and saying I love you or whatever, and he's like I love you, and that he was going overboard with the I love yous because he figured out she was hot.
Yeah. He was like, I really love you.
And she's like, I'm not ready to say that yet. And I'm like, why would you get engaged to someone that you're not ready to say I love you?
That's insane.
That was when I knew that she'd seen him physically and went, ugh.
Foul.
Yeah, she went, that's not my man. So that was
hard
interesting.
pass from me.
Circling back to Nick and Hannah as well.
Oh, yeah.
So Nick and Hannah get engaged. They go to the pods. They're on the trip. Once they meet each other in the hallway, Hannah's making comments about how like Nick had sold himself to be this big athlete, and she was convinced that he was going to be really tall, really athletic, look really jockey, which he doesn't, right?
Yeah.
I would still say he's athletic, but he's just not like an NFL like.
Well, yeah, he said he was a kicker for like an NFL team.
Yeah.
And that he was like more good looking than Travis Kelce.
Yeah, he was he was selling himself as like middle class Chris Evans.
And he was like a real smooth talker too. And like all of the girls that were talking to him were just like, he better be fucking hot.
Yeah.
If he's talking like this.
Yeah, Monica said that, yeah.
He better be really, really good looking.
See, this is where people go wrong on the show. And this is where Chelsea went wrong the other season. Do not say, I look like this person.
Do not compare yourself to anyone. Do not
That's
do
always
not give anyone any expectations.
Yeah. It's just like, have you not watched the show? Like, do not do that.
Just be humble.
It's a big no-no because you're always going to have the other person be disappointed.
Yeah.
And she really ripped into him in the post interviews.
She was like, he's really small.
Yeah, and she's like, he's just not my type. Like, and she made it out like he had like lied to her and like sold her this story. And I'm like, the whole point is Love is Blind. Like, why are you that caught up on what he physically looks like? Especially when a big thing for her in the pods was how insecure she was about her own looks.
Yeah. Because she was saying, oh, like, I gained a lot of weight, like, through COVID, like everyone did. And then, like, I lost it all last year. So, like, I'm very, like, conscious about, I've been told my whole life that if I don't look a certain way, I'm not worthy of someone wanting to date me.
Yeah.
Which is crazy for then her to be very judgy on Nick's looks.
And she's very full on the trip. Like, they're out on the beach one day.
Him on the ducks. I'm sorry, that would have given me the ick as well.
It gave me the ick, but I feel like she went about it the wrong way.
Yeah, definitely.
Like this other older woman who just happened to be there at the same time, like came up and like him and her had this like fucking race on the ducks or whatever.
Yeah.
And she made some like Hannah started acting weird and was like trying to get Nick to come back over, and the woman was like, oh, don't be jealous, like there's nothing to be jealous about. And then Nick like laughed, and Hannah made it this whole big thing being like, you disrespected me, like you were fucking high-fiving her and
you're
shit.
meant to stand up for me, like.
And I was like, I just feel like it got blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
Like, let's just bring it back to the fact that you got the ick.
Yeah.
Don't then twist it and blame it on him.
Yeah.
I found that to be really weird. They're not going to last. They're going to break up.
And then like the note of like the pros and cons of him that she left.
Yeah.
And then she like fished it out of the bin. She's like, let's go through the list right now.
Yeah, when he confronts her, right, any normal human being would have been mortified that he'd found that list, right? She goes, no, let me just get it out of the bin. Let's actually just analyze it together now that you bring it up. I was like, what the fuck? You're nuts. She's entertaining, but I'm like,
yeah, it's crazy.
they're just not gonna gel.
No, I don't think so.
Even little things like the fact that he doesn't want to admit on the show that they had sex.
Yeah, that's bizarre to me too.
And he keeps telling her like,
oh, but we haven't done that yet.
Yeah. And then
What?
she's out here telling everyone anyway. Like they're not even on the same page
No.
about that.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're not gonna last.
Yeah.
I think
no.
they'll be one of the first to break up.
You reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. I think once they meet the other people, his eyes will go wandering, and hers, to be fair. Then we have Tyler and Ashley. I love Tyler. So there's Tyler and Ashley.
Oh yep.
This one, just-
Yep. I love them.
Tyler.
Ashley is stunning.
Ashley is stunning and so iconic.
stunning.
But Tyler, as a man, beautiful personality.
I love that the whole time, like he's just like, we're getting married.
Yeah.
We're getting married. Like we are absolutely
Like
getting
not
married.
not an ounce of doubt.
You're my wifey, yeah. And I'm like,
and he's
to
just
have a man that obsessed with you
and he's
be
like,
so sure of you.
every time someone's like, so what's your favorite qualities or traits about Ashley? And he's like, she makes me feel safe. Dead. You need the iPad noises. You need the iPad noise.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Wait, give me a minute. Give me a sec.
No, but seriously, Tyler's personality,
Facts.
I'm fucking obsessed. Yeah. No.
Wait, this one. Yeah.
They are the season 7 version of Brett and what's her name? Fucking what's her name?
Who's Brett?
You don't know Brett?
I don't know if I know Brett.
Tiffany and Brett.
Who
This
the
is
fuck is Tiffany? Show
this
me a
was
picture.
season 4. This is seasons ago.
Oh, I don't think I've watched that.
They are Tyler and Ashley.
Oh, they're cute. Yeah.
And they're like, they stay together. They're gorgeous, right? One of the best couples to come out of the show. Tyler and Ashley, I have no doubt in my mind that they are getting married and that they are going to.
I hope so.
That they are
They're
together
fucking better.
Because people say for a relationship to work, the man has to be slightly more into you than the girl.
Mm-hmm.
And that's happening here, I think. Then you have Tim and Alex, right? Very similar in the sense that like Tim comes across as like, I'm all in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 100% in. He's like a little bit more into it than Alex seems to be into
Yeah.
it. Because she said like, I'm not 100% sure until you meet my dad because that's going to be a
Make or
determining
break,
factor.
yeah.
But then Tim and her in the last episode that's out, they have this weird moment.
They have a tiff.
They have a tiff. So it's not shown on camera, but after the, like, this is the first time everyone gets together. It's like a night drinks pool party thing. Apparently afterwards they got into an argument. She was like covering his mouth to shut him up and stuff. And then he goes and stays in another room.
And he was like, I like the name that you called me. I had last night I had every intention coming in here, and this being the last time we ever talk.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
I'm like,
did she
tell
call
me.
him? Yeah,
Tell me.
Give me the receipts right now.
They didn't
Roll the tapes.
Yeah, they didn't give me enough information, which is
No.
not fair. You
Yeah.
can't talk about it and not give me any information.
Right.
One thing, I think, I mean, only going off of what we were told, I think that she was absolutely in the wrong. One thing I will say though, he, in that moment, and this comes out in the pods a little bit, where he's very much like, he's very set in stone with like his values and his boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, the whole like, don't ever call me anything other than my name, and like very strict about that, which I don't inherently have an issue with. I think that's a very healthy thing to do. But like, I've known people who have had similar mindsets, like men, but it's like, it's always used in a way, not saying that Tim did this, but it's always used in a way to weaponize the woman. Typically it'll be like silly stuff that the man can then be like, well, no, then you've crossed my boundaries and you've broken my values. And it's just, so to me, I was like, ugh, getting like the ick, not the ick, but I was like, I don't like this vibe. Like, I think there's more to it than that's being shown. And then at the end, and she was like so adamant on hugging him, and he's just sitting there.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, read the room.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, can I move closer to you? And he's like, I'd rather you not. And then she does it anyway. I'm like,
oh my God, stop.
Girly pop.
But she doesn't even seem 100% into him.
No.
So I don't understand the issue.
Yeah, just let it go.
I don't think that they are going to last.
No, I don't think so either.
This article says we're hoping for a breakup. This kind of dynamic will get toxic quick.
Yep.
And
Agreed.
I agree. Because, like, and again, we don't know what fucking happened. But for Tim to be that quick to be like, nah, I'm all out. Like, let's not roll this back. He seems very one end to the other. Like, he's either 100% in or he's 100% out. Like, there's no in between for him. Then the final couple, we have Marissa and Ramses. So Marissa is like ex-military, and she's so bubbly and so like loud and which is great. And then Ramses is like this modern man, very in tune with his emotions and feelings.
Very alternative.
Yeah.
Classic Cancer.
Yeah. Very like hipster kind of vibes.
He has one of those like Captain Jack Sparrow braids.
Yeah. Yes. Very, yeah.
A lot of flowy shirts.
Yeah. Very almost like femme in a way.
Yeah.
And he owns it. He knows, like, he's like, this is my thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't sold on them in the pods.
No, neither.
She was talking to another guy. What the fuck was his name?
Bowden?
Marissa and
I think it's Bowden. Bohdan?
Maybe. Bowden, Love is Blind. I think it. Yeah, Bowden. I
loved Bowden. He was gorgeous.
I was like, I'm gonna marry Bowden.
Yeah, I'll take him.
We'll
take the lot.
Spectacular. Give me 14 of them immediately. I loved Bowden. I was like, they're absolutely gonna get together. He's ex-military, but in like a progressive way. Oh my God, when he was telling her, so he's Ukrainian.
Yeah.
And when he was saying that when the Ukraine war started,
he enlisted.
Like,
yeah.
I just knew I had to go over there and fight for my country.
Stop. That's so sweet.
That's, wow. But then he was still progressive. He wasn't like a typical American vet who was like, yay, Trump, like, fuck anything progressive. I loved him. I was like, oh my God, they are perfect for one another.
Yeah.
But then Ramses tells her, and she asks him.
Oh God, yeah.
His like star signs, his
big three.
His big three. And
Sun, Moon, and Rising. Yeah.
She went. That's she
perfect.
based her whole fucking decision.
She was like, "That's sold."
I was like, "That's crazy."
She's like, "I got to roll with it. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity."
I was like, that needs to be studied.
Yeah.
That is mind-boggling to me. Then, but I will say, out of the pods, they seem perfect for one another. They seem very much in love. They cannot stop fucking. They have been,
they're bussing all the time. They have been
fucking all over the whole trip.
Every surface.
Every inch of that hotel, they have bussed.
Put a blue light on it.
Yeah. They are crazy, and they just can't keep their hands off of each other. I actually quite like them now.
Yeah.
But I am very interested to see what it's going to be like when she sees Bowden in real life. Yes. Because the trailer makes it come across as like maybe
a
she's
bit how you going.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes me very sad for Ramses because I can tell that Ramses is like 100% in.
Oh yeah. He's obsessed with her.
I hope. Okay, this is what I hope. I hope Stephen and Monica are going the whole way, right? But I feel like obviously the trailer shows that he does something to fuck it up. And if that doesn't happen, Monica's going to get the ick, right? I can just see it. Garrett and Taylor, again, please do not be another Jeremy. That's all I'm begging you. Please be Jeremy's redemption arc. That's what I want. And I want them to be together. Nick and Hannah, no hope. No hope at all. I wouldn't be surprised if she meets Leo on their bus. That's
crazy.
Then Tyler and Ashley, their endgame. They are absolutely getting married.
Forever and ever.
Ramses and Marissa, I don't think they're going to get married. I think she would. No, I think he would say no at the altar. Because I think my prediction is that once she meets Bowden, she's like not.
Wandering eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she keeps trying to convince herself that she's 100% in. Tim and Alex, that's over.
Yeah.
That is over. And if it's not, that's super toxic. So
I think there will be a fair few couples that make it to the altar, but I think there will be a fair few. I think the women majority are going to be the ones saying no.
I think Tim and Alex will make the altar, and I think Alex will say no. I think they'll both say no, to be honest. Ramses and Marissa will make it to the altar by the skin of their teeth, and Ramses will say no.
Yeah.
Tyler and Ashley will make it, and they'll say yes. Nick and Hannah will make it, and Hannah will say no. Garrett and Taylor will make it. My gut says Taylor says no.
Agreed.
And then Stephen and Monica go down there, and I think Monica says no.
Yeah, agreed.
And that's my prediction.
Yeah. I think I'm with you on that. Although
Hit me a button. Yeah, that's that's how I feel about it. And that's and that, everyone, is our review of the first 6 episodes of Love is Blind season 7. Every time I watch this show, I'm more and more cemented in the fact that I want to go on the show.
Yeah.
I'd
apply.
I just think that, like, it would be such a great experience. Such a great story for the plot. And because I was thinking about, obviously a lot of the women go on there and they're very insecure about, like, oh, but when he sees me, what if he thinks like I'm a fat ogre and whatever. Right? And I've been thinking about this, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it would bother me if I went out there. No, let me tell this in its entirety though. If I met someone in the pods and I was like, wow, love of my life, we meet, and he went, that is an ogre. I wouldn't be upset about the fact that he thinks I'm an ogre. I would be more upset about the fact that the person that I was in love with thought something negative about me.
Yeah.
I've thought about, I don't give a fuck what people think I look
No.
like. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you.
No, you can't please everyone, you know what I mean? But yeah, if that's going to be the thing, as like superficial as looks, if
there's nothing I can do about that. Sorry.
Yeah, if that's what is going to change your mind, grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Grow the fuck. Like, what? You're going to be fucking Prince Charming at 80? I don't fucking think so.
I'm very I would just be interested to see if I could form a connection with someone in there.
Yeah.
And then what it would be like when we physically met.
It would just be so humbling if no one picked me based on my personality.
I'd kill myself.
I would be like, I have nothing going for me.
I'd be like, well,
yeah,
glad
like
we figured this out.
Brittany's like, well, my superpower is taken from me because I know that I'm really good looking and, like, you know, pretty much like what men want, like blonde, skinny,
and I can just
pretty, gorge.
Yeah,
I don't have that.
No,
I know. Yeah, so
if
no one wanted to match me based on the words coming out of my mouth,
I'd be like, wow, okay, so I'm the problem.
I would never recover.
No,
I would never recover from that.
Yeah, that would be more heartbreaking than someone like meeting me and then being like, ew, no.
Yeah. I just, that would take me down several pegs, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, and like when they meet for the first time in the little hallway,
I'm wearing this hat.
I would be so awkward because like
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
really
no,
awkward
don't
at
fucking
first.
kiss me. That's fucking
No,
don't
and they
hug me.
kiss-
They have to hug. You'd be fucked.
Oh, I'd really like.
Oh.
I could absolutely warm up to the person. It would be fine, but it's that initial meeting.
when-
Like I couldn't
Oh
just
my
like
God.
I
and they just
couldn't-
look at each other. They're just staring, and I'm like, I could not do that. I would be looking this way.
and they're kissing and like being all close and stuff. I couldn't do that. Like I've
Ugh.
just met you. I know we've
Oh.
spent 3 weeks chatting in a pod, but technically I've just met you.
I've had pen pals for longer.
Stranger danger.
Yeah,
Do
no,
not
don't touch me. Don't fucking touch. Get away.
Don't
Step
touch
away.
me.
Just one of
That's
these.
so weird.
Yeah, no.
Ew.
Yeah, yucky. Oh, it makes my skin crawl. thinking
Ew, and
about
getting
it.
down on one knee in front of me. No.
And looking at me. Ew.
No.
Ew. Ew. Don't look at me.
No.
Yuck.
Have I been looking online at potential dresses to wear for that moment? Yeah.
What's your vibe? What would you wear?
Not something fitted. I'd
Some
give you-
people wear the most heinous shit to meet for the first time.
Yeah, I must say I didn't like Hannah's outfit.
Yeah, that was ghastly.
And it's giving like, and this is an American fashion thing though. It's giving prom.
yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who was it that wore like the nude sparkly dress? Who was that? Was that I think it was Brittany.
No, Brittany wore red.
Oh.
Brittany looked nice. Wait.
What am I thinking of?
Wait. Where's my article? Oh, it was Monica.
Yeah. And then someone wore a blue dress, and I was like,
That was Taylor.
and that was like an icky blue. I was like, oh,
It's
it looks
giving,
like my trampoline.
It's giving prom.
yeah.
It's giving prom. I would, without knowing whether this would fit me,
Doesn't matter.
I would wear a meshki dress, I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Cute.
I reckon that's what I would do. I'm trying to...
Yeah.
If my man doesn't react like that when I walk down the aisle, literally just fucking... I go down there in a wedding dress.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's just speed this shit
We
up.
don't need anything more, I don't think.
What would I wear? Meshki have some really cute dresses though. But yeah, I would definitely wear, I think, something from Meshki.
What colour?
Just like, I'm not going a bright color. Like this
Mm.
isn't, I think that's what makes it feel prom,
Yeah.
is they go for these like very vibrant colors.
Mhm.
I would go for like a neutral
Mm-hmm.
or a red,
Yeah, red's fun.
because red's like men and red, that needs to be studied.
Sluts for red. Yeah.
Not me just like looking at Meshki now for potential options. I don't know what I'd actually pick, but I have been looking because I am so convinced that if this comes to Australia, I'm going on the show.
Mm.
I need to let work know in advance that I will be unavailable.
also do Love Triangle on Stan.
Yeah.
Very similar premise.
Yeah.
Except like you're texting someone for like a week. You're texting two different people,
Yeah.
and you have to decide from those texts who you want to move in with.
See, I would do that too.
Give it to me immediately.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a fun time.
Because I was also thinking about the logistics of it, right?
Yeah.
So say you're in the pods for, let's say, like 3 weeks, right? And then you're on a honeymoon for like a week, right? I could get that off of work.
Yeah.
And then as long as when we like move in together, like we're back in reality, I can go to work, which in previous seasons
I'm
people
pretty
have
sure
done.
they do, yeah.
Then I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'd be fine.
Yeah.
It would be okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to... What if I submit my leave now?
Just be like a tentative leave.
Tentative leave, not sure of dates, not sure of year, but...
But I need your approval.
If someone has any connections that can get us on that show...
Or like just to let us know whether it's actually going to be a thing here.
Also, you know how when they're in the pods, most days, the women and the men, they dress up when they're in the pods? This is how I'm going in the pods every day.
Oh, I am looking like Adam Sandler
If you
the
want
whole time.
the best of my personality,
I have to
need
be comfy.
Exactly. I would absolutely be rocking this in the pods.
Yeah.
And then the
Agreed.
person would watch it back and be like, I can't believe I
What
was
the
talking
fuck?
to a toad this
Yeah.
whole time. Quite literally.
I was wearing a 5-piece suit.
I
and
was
you were
wearing a 5-piece suit and she wore the same fucking t-shirt and
And
pajama
she was
pants,
wearing a fucking frog hat. That's insane.
wiping her nose on her t-shirt. That's
criminal.
disgusting. Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to like use my footage. Like I would be one of the couples that doesn't get shown because I would be wearing the same thing the whole time we're in the pod.
See, my theory is that producers would love me for that because then they can edit me to be saying whatever, whenever.
Anything. Yeah.
Because I'm like just wearing the same, looking the exact same all the time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wear makeup either when in the reveal. No, like in the reveal. Because I don't
Why?
wear makeup at all.
Yeah.
Imagine you came out and did the reveal in like this.
Hey, try kissing me in this. Try.
The guys
Try
in
getting
a full
access.
suit and we're like...
I just closed this. I'm like,
no,
thank you.
He's how
Closed.
ugly.
It's actually closed for business. Thank you.
Oh, fuck. Penance by Eliza Clark. You need to do the air horns.
Oh, sorry.
You're the worst DJ.
Yeah. I'm 60% of the way through, but you're more than welcome to spoil it for me.
Guys, I fucking hustled.
You did.
I literally finished this book 2 minutes before I left my house to come here to record.
I was busy practicing my hobby, so
That's fine. We
I
each.
was busy air horning everyone. Okay.
So we've been reading this for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
So Penance. I'm getting the fucking like synopsis up.
Yeah, get it up. So Eliza Clark wrote
Boy Parts.
Boy Parts. So this is her second novel, I believe. And Boy Parts is stunning. Would recommend that to anyone who loves a bit of feminine rage.
Yeah, I haven't read it. This is my first Eliza Clark book, and I read it thinking it was going to be amazing because of how much you hyped up Boy Parts.
Yeah, and a lot of people on Goodreads fucking raved about this as well.
Right.
Which made me think, okay, cool. It's going to be different story, obviously, but like
It'll be just
same,
as good.
Yeah, same level of fun.
So the synopsis is, on a beach in a rundown seaside town on the Yorkshire coastline, 16-year-old Joan Wilson is set on fire by 3 other schoolgirls. Nearly a decade after the horrifying murder, journalist Alex Z. Corelli has written the definitive account of the crime, drawn from hours of interviews with witnesses and family members, painstaking historical research, and most notably, correspondence with the killers themselves. The result is a riveting snapshot of lives rocked by tragedy and a town left in turmoil. But how much of the story is true? So, I was reading all of this thinking, I had like not a thought in my mind about the author, which is the like person that you're reading from, or like whether what they were saying was true. That none of that crossed my mind at all. The whole time I'm focused on this crime that took place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so through his research and his retelling of the crime, maybe there's a plot twist. Like maybe something happened with the murder that like...
They uncover something.
Yeah, and that's what I'm expecting. Maybe that's because of like that's what most crime books are like. This was nothing like that. This whole book felt like one long continuous read of setting up characters and settings and all of that, and it never went anywhere. It just even
so nothing happened.
Even recounting the crime, nothing new came out that isn't really kind of covered at the start. The very end of the book, it kind of pivots, and you're reading an interview between the author and this other journalist, and this journalist is saying that like a lot of the people that Corelli interviewed for the book and all of his research, he like embellished things and like applied an artistic spin on things.
Yeah.
And it wasn't 100% accurate. And now all these people are really upset about the way that he retold it. And then his integrity was being questioned. And he was very adamant, like, no, I've done a great job, blah, blah, blah. But it didn't it was only in that last bit where you really cover the author and like being questioned whether what he's told you is 100% accurate. And I'm like,
so
what was the point of
what's
this?
the care factor? Yeah.
And there's no conclusion to that where it's like, oh, actually he's lied about this much, or he's embellished these elements. It's
Yeah.
very much just like he would take what people had said, like say
Just
someone
give it a bit of flair.
yeah, he was just
Yeah.
adding fluff to fluff it out to be a book. And
Yeah.
I'm like, is this seriously what the whole purpose of this book was?
Yeah.
Like, it just, I don't understand the point of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm reading like Goodreads to see if anyone has like a similar.
I was really confused. And then, so you follow, there's like 3 girls that are involved in the murder of this one girl. And you kind of follow each of them in his research. Like he interviews either like their parents or their family, or like he has correspondence with them while they're in prison. There's this whole focus on Tumblr
Yeah.
in the book where 2 of the girls, no, all 3 of them actually heavily use Tumblr for different things. And 2 of them are very obsessed with true crime. Like, so obsessed with true crime. One of them, Dolly, she has this weird fixation with these 2 guys that did a school shooting in the US. I don't know if the school shooting was real. I think it's like fictionalized. And she has this weird fixation with them to the point where she has a fucking fan account. Her Tumblr is a fan account for them.
It's
And
crazy.
she's writing like fan fiction about them, and like is so obsessed with one of them in particular.
That's such a thing though.
It was reminding me of the
crazy.
Menendez Brothers,
Yeah.
which is nuts.
The fact that people write fanfic about like serial killers and like, I don't know, just criminals is insane.
I didn't really have an issue with the fact that Violet and Dolly were very into true crime to the point where they had like Tumblrs about it. Like, I get it. But it was the way that they, particularly Dolly, then became obsessed with this idea of like, they wanted to create this thing called like a tulpa or something. Anyway, it was
Yeah.
like this bad, I was envisioning it like a voodoo doll kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they kept trying to do this, and then like she just spiraled. It was fucking nuts. I don't know. It was a weird book. Like, to me, it definitely didn't follow the normal structure of a book. And this whole time I'm expecting like something to happen. Something's got to happen. There's got to be a climax. Maybe a plot twist. Like, that's the whole point. Nothing happens. And then at the end, they're like, oh, we should probably question whether the author was telling the truth or not. And I'm like, really?
Do we really care that much? Yeah.
Like, this isn't even real.
Yeah. I'm
What-
like just over halfway, so like 60% through. And yeah, just nothing has happened. And I don't know, I just don't really care for any of the characters.
Yeah.
Everyone's a little bit cunty, to be honest.
Mhm.
Which everyone is at that age, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, girls are fucking cutthroat. And it's very cliquey, and yeah, I don't care
No.
for it. Like, I don't care about the people who commit the murder. I don't care about their backstory. I don't really care what led them to do it.
No.
And then like Joan seemed like the victim. She seems a bit mean as well. So it's just kind of like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a hard read. I will say, once they get to like the Dolly Violet bits and they're talking more about the Tumblr, I feel like Eliza did a really good job at depicting what it was like to be a teenager in that era, because like
agreed.
I feel like it's very much like what we were like
Yeah.
as teenagers. Like,
Yeah.
we were really into Tumblr.
Yeah.
The whole Violet playing
Yes,
Sims,
yes.
I was like obsessed.
Oh my God. Her keeping like a secret family in the basement on her Sims
So
game.
smart.
That's genius.
Never considered that as a storyline.
Yeah.
I will be dead ass. When I was reading it today, I was like, I'm going to go home and play
Yeah.
Sims tonight, and I'm
Yeah.
going to have
Yeah.
reinstall extreme violence.
Yeah.
And I will. I love the idea of the two family. Anyway,
Yeah.
I never play Sims like that. I play it
I build houses and that's it.
for someone who isn't that traditional in life.
Yeah.
I'm very much like Sims go to uni, they get a good job,
Yeah.
they get married, they have kids,
Yeah.
they die. That's it.
Yeah.
So no, I will be taking Violet's
yeah.
inspiration. It made me want to read down Tumblr again.
Yeah.
Re-download Tumblr. Get back into Tumblr. Even like little things like mentions of them like playing Neopets. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is just my teenage years in a
Mhm.
nutshell.
And how like Violet and Joan would like go to each other's houses and play a game on PlayStation together.
Yeah.
Stop. I did that with my friends in high school.
I feel like it's the first time I've read something depicting being a teenager that I
Yeah.
could actually resonate with.
Yeah, agreed.
Didn't go and kill anyone and wasn't obsessed with true crime.
No.
But it was like, yeah.
And she did really well to like depict like the clickiness of like friendship groups as well.
Yes.
And how like some people think that they're like top dog, but everyone hates them behind their back.
And little things. Angelica was notorious for this, where she would try and bait you into saying things about other people, or she'd like try and throw fuel on the fire to catch you out.
Yeah.
And people sending like screenshots of things to each other, and that it was.
And the horse and sticker girls. I was like,
Oh my God. Facts.
fucking love that.
It was very, very well. I think from that hooked me a little bit, because I was like, oh, this is actually relatable. It's very interesting. But again, I was waiting for something.
I was expecting there to be a twist in there at some point.
Yes.
And that the hope is what got me through.
Same.
Like,
And it's,
I'll still read it and I'll finish it because
you're almost there.
yeah, I might as well just churn it out. But, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it to people by any account.
And I don't really get what the take home message is. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's trying to be a lot all at once.
Yeah. I think because there was no emphasis placed on the author throughout the book until right at the very end, this whole notion of was like, do you believe everything that you read? Like, was he telling the truth the whole time? I'm like, this just feels like it was thrown in
Tacked
there
on, yeah.
as a purpose. Like, it just didn't add anything.
Yeah, I feel like the style of the book and how it was written, I think, didn't work in the favor of you second guessing what the author's saying. Like, I feel like if you're wanting to second guess that and like lay that into the book, it needs to be like, is it
More clear.
first person, or like, yeah, like there needs to be bits about his life in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
He needs a background story.
There
I'm
was
assuming it's
none
a
of
him. It might
that.
be a her.
Yeah, it
but
is him.
Yeah.
Or there was a little bit about like his personal life with his daughter and stuff, but again, that
But
played no
that's-
relevance to the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I also didn't like the way it's not a traditional setting where you have like clear chapters. It's like you almost have like parts.
Oh my God, my Kindle was like, time left, 7 hours and 20 minutes. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Where's the reprieve?
But because I know when we first picked it, you were saying it's like not written like a traditional book. I was thinking it was going to be like The Good Girl's Guide to Murder, where it has like news article clippings and like different mediums.
like how
It's not that. It's essentially 3 chapters. This whole book is broken up into 3 chapters.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking going on
It
forever.
reads like a non-fiction book, but it's fiction.
It reads,
And that's what rocked me.
it honestly reads like I was reading the author's notes.
Yeah.
And it's just him retelling, like a diary
Yeah.
almost. But it's not posed as a diary. It's posed as his book that he published.
Yeah. Like it reads like a non-fiction book talking about like this major crime that happened.
Yeah, like the world's longest news article. It's, I don't know. To me, it didn't work. I read some of the reviews on Goodreads of people being like, wow, this like such...
So nuanced.
I'm like, where? Sometimes I feel like people say that shit about books just to be fucking snobs.
I'm intrigued to get to the end because I was very much like that with Boy Parts. I didn't like it as much as what I do now until I sat with it for a bit. And I can be like that.
Yeah.
I was like that with Long Legs.
Yeah, and I get it, but I
Yeah.
don't think that this is going to be
Yeah.
one of those. If it is, please tell me what I missed, because
No, I will finish it. But what do you want to read next?
I want to read Intermezzo, I reckon.
Yeah, okay.
Unless you've got something else that you want to read.
What have I got on here? No, I think we should do Intermezzo. I think I'm kind of done with thriller for a bit, even though that wasn't really
You
a
always
thriller.
pick good books, so that's why
What
I'm
do you
like-
mean? That was a terrible one.
No, I know, but you have like, I would say you have a 95% success rate, whereas I
thank
have
you.
probably about a 10% success rate. I don't even know how you discover the books that you do.
What do I have on here? Notes on an Execution I do want to read.
Okay.
It's about this person and he's on death row and it's the story of him but told from different women in his life.
Oh.
So it's like from the victims, from his mom, from his sister.
Okay.
And then there's another one called Fantastic Land, and it's about these group of kids that get stuck in an amusement park, and it turns kind of cannibalistic.
Oh, I like the sound of You have raised that one
Yeah.
previously. I do like the sound of that. Should we get our Instagram to vote?
I think we should. Public vote, everybody.
Public vote between Fantastic Land, Intermezzo, and Notes.
Notes on an Execution.
Yeah, that's gonna be. We're almost becoming so consistent we could form our own little book club.
You reckon?
No. Let's see if we can read consistently one book a month.
Yeah.
We'll start a book club in 2025.
Yeah.
Good luck.
That should be another poll. Do we want a book club?
Okay. Make note of this so I remember after the pod.
I'll do it, actually. You know what? I'll lift my finger out my asshole and
So-
I will contribute.
Sally Rooney's Intermezzo, it's like huge at the moment. It only just came out, and like Sally Rooney is this huge author, so everyone was like going out to get the book. It's like a huge thing. Anyway,
Have you read any of Sally Rooney's books? Yeah, okay.
she did Normal People, didn't she?
Yeah.
I've seen the show Normal
Yeah.
People, and I really liked it, but
Yeah.
I've never read any of her books.
Yeah, right.
So Intermezzo is, according to Goodreads, an exquisitely moving story about grief, love, and family from the global phenomenon Sally Rooney. Aside from the fact that they are brothers, Peter and Ivan Kubek seem to have little in common. Peter is a Dublin lawyer in his 30s, successful, competent, and apparently unassailable, but in the wake of their father's death, he's medicating himself to sleep and struggling to manage his relationships with two very different women. His enduring first love, Sylvia, and Naomi, a college student for whom life is one long joke. Ivan is a 22-year-old competitive chess player. He has always seen himself as socially awkward, a loner.
Nerd. Boring.
You need a button for
I know.
that.
Yeah.
The antithesis of his glib elder brother. Now in the early weeks of his bereavement, Ivan meets Margaret, an older woman emerging from her own turbulent past, and their lives become rapidly and intensely intertwined. For two grieving brothers and the people they love, this is a new interlude, a period of desire, despair, and possibility. A chance to find out how much one life might hold inside itself without breaking. Facts. So, I think what draws me to this is my gut, and I know I'm going to be so wrong, says it's going to be somewhat like Blue Sisters.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
think
really liked Blue
Yeah,
Sisters.
I think so.
But watch me be so wrong. It is 464 pages. But let's come back to that later. But before we finish, speaking about the Menendez brothers, right? So this week, the day that this episode drops, their own documentary
is that
comes
tomorrow?
out. It comes out. Their documentary is coming out. So much has fucking happened in the last week, I would say. So Kim Kardashian.
She wrote a letter.
Yeah. Didn't she like go and visit them?
Yeah.
Then she wrote a letter, and now she's like petitioning for them to be released. And I don't know how I feel about it. I do like that she pursued law, and I think that she's using it for the right reasons. Does this feel like she's jumping onto this because it's trending? Yes. Do I think that they should be released? I don't think it's as an easy as a black and white, like yes or no answer. Obviously they're guilty. They never said that they weren't guilty, but there's a lot of like discussion around the fact that they never should have gone to prison because of what they went through that led to them doing that.
I don't agree with that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I personally think I don't want to diminish what they went through, right?
No.
I absolutely agree. I believe them, and
Yeah.
I think that they did go through what they said that they did, and I
Yeah.
can imagine that did impact their decision.
Yeah.
That doesn't change the fact that what they did was premeditated murder.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
an act of self-defense in the moment. It was premeditated. And so for me, I think that yes, they should have gone to prison as they
Do
did
the time.
and do their time.
Do I think that they should have gotten a life sentence without parole? No.
No.
They should, they're clearly not a danger to the community.
Mm-hmm.
They don't I feel like they would be very low risk if they were to get released.
It frustrates me, and
But they should have absolutely done the time.
Yeah. And because Kim Kardashian's thing heavily plays on, like, they're kind, intelligent, and honest men, and, like, what they went through, all of that. I just feel like we're skipping over the fact that it was premeditated murder.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me, and I think that Kim jumping onto this one, it would, and she has done this previously, but it would be nice to see her do this more often for people that aren't in.
Do this for people that don't have the notoriety. There would be so many cases where that exact same thing has happened.
Yeah.
If not arguably worse and like less clear cut, that isn't getting the media attention that this one is.
Yeah.
She should be putting it towards that, the people that don't have a voice, that don't have a platform, that don't have a following.
I agree, because I feel like they don't need her.
No.
Like,
no.
It's already come out that there's been, like, new evidence to be reviewed in the Eric and Lyle Menendez Brothers 1996 murder conviction. Whether people like it or not, Ryan Murphy's doco has put a spotlight on this. And I think that and whatever their doco is will help them.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is not one that needs Kim.
No.
What Kim needs to focus, and she has done this before, but she just needs to focus on the guys and women that don't have notoriety, as you said, and give them a voice. I don't know. It just, I like the intention behind her actions, but I just think this one just didn't sit with me.
Agreed.
But I'm very excited to watch the Lyle and Menendez, what's it called? Brothers or something.
I don't even know.
Menendez Brothers, the doco that comes out this week. Everyone watch that, because that's what we're going to be talking about next week.
That's the agenda.
And we'll pick a book to read.
Yep.
And
Did you see how everyone's ripping the new Joker movie, a new one?
Yeah, I did see that.
Do?
It has like fucking 36% ratings, both critics and then on Rotten Tomatoes.
Insane. Apparently, Lady Gaga's only got like 30 minutes in the whole entire movie.
Ah.
Yeah.
Don't put her on the poster then.
Yeah, and it's like a quasi-musical.
I was expecting a musical element, because, like, name a movie that she's been in that hasn't been a musical.
Yeah.
But I thought, like, the first one was so good.
It was so good, yeah.
I'm going to watch it. I'm not going to go to the cinema to watch it.
No.
I'll watch it on streaming when it comes out.
Yeah, agreed.
Part of me thinks it's actually going to be really good, because every time a movie has really good ratings, I don't like it. But every time it has, like, shit ratings, I'm like, that's the best film I've ever seen.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I think I'm going to like it.
Because I'm like, how bad can it be? You know what I mean?
It can't be that bad.
Yeah.
So, new Love is Blind episodes. Menendez Brothers documentary on Netflix. New book.
Yep. TBA.
I've also started watching season 3 of From.
Oh yeah, I need to watch that. Yeah. I'll do that.
I just need to wait until all the episodes are out. This weekly thing, I keep forgetting what's happening.
I love weekly.
I don't.
I love weekly.
Because I forget what's going on.
Weekly's great.
I'm get more gripped into it if I can binge it. So I'm just going to wait. But it's good.
Okay.
It's good. There's hope.
Maybe I'll start that tonight.
And that's where we're at, everyone.
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you so much for listening. Also, thank you to everyone who took part in our spiral poll last week.
Oh, yeah. Love every single one of you. God bless. God, thank you for liking
Do
us.
I have secondhand embarrassment
Maybe.
for myself for having to beg for people to...
Tell me you love me.
Yeah, maybe I do.
Could you learn to love me?
Has my ego been heavily inflated and I live, laugh, love life again?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So maybe we'll make it a monthly thing.
Yeah.
Where we just get people to reassure us that
just a little
we're
check-in.
amazing. But that's everything I have.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this Love is Blind audiobook.
Yeah. If there's any mix that you would like to hear in next week's episode that's under 20 seconds, please let me know.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
You're doing great, though.
Thank you.
I think
Thanks.
you need to send it to Leah. She'll be
You reckon?
impressed. Imagine
Just clip it and then tag her in.
imagine you sent it to her and she included it in one of her like sets on a night out. Would you feel famous? I'd feel like you're famous.
The quality is not there, Joe.
I don't know. I think it is. I really believe in you.
I think the tackiness of the quality adds to the vibe.
I think it was really good. I think I'd give it
the
5
S&M
stars.
one and the work bitch was really good.
That one was really good too.
That's a banger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're way better than you think you are. Like if you were playing at a pub or something and I heard that, I'd be like, this is a great DJ. This is amazing.
I mean, John Summit fucking ate your heart out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could never.
Facts. And you wouldn't cancel if you got like festivals?
You know how it's like Daddy Dom, Daddy Danny.
There you go.
Anyway.
Okay, so we need to go because I need to listen to more DJ remixes.
Yeah. Alrighty. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Love you, bye.
shalom.